Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I guess it's a long-awaited Riftbound update video. I haven't been really keeping up with it, so I decided to dive into the news section and check out what's happened. I know we've been kind of lax on the videos here, but I figured, I decided to wait for like a month or so and see what new stuff came out. I know we talked about this stuff before, 718 about a month ago. They talked about the Riftbound updates about their events and where to find Riftbound events. We got Gen Con, MSI. No idea what MSI is. But open, let's see here. First off, you can expect this. It's no secret that the Riftbound team loves good esports event from the TFT Macau Open. Now MSI will follow Riot's competitive gaming events all around the globe. So they're going to be Riftbound events everywhere, it looks like. For the slightly less expected news, physical card games thrive in convention environments, which means you'll be able to find Riftbound at tabletop conventions too. That's cool. The ability to sit down anywhere, anytime, play against old opponent or new friends is what makes Riftbound a little different from other Riot's games. Major tabletop conventions around the globe. Yep. Expect to see Riftbound at major events inside and outside for the remainder of 2025. It's cool. PAX Unplugged, Redacted and Redacted. Cool. Additional events the first week of August, so that would have been like 2 weeks ago. Let's see here. Playing Riftbound. Each event will look a little different, but giving the fans the opportunity to play the game will never change. Any other activations will be purely additive. Sometimes there'll be a panel, sometimes a sealed event or creator space. Sometimes we might even be showing off something from the next set, regardless of what you know in advance. So I know this was the Ari from Gen Con, which is pretty cool. I didn't get to go to Gen Con. I was not able to, so I did not get that promo, which is kind of bummer, but you know what? It's okay. Transparently want to provide multiple opportunities for fans to pick up our promo cards. We do not intend to release promotional cards that are mechanically unique. That's great. China will have the same promotional card at their event releases, but in Chinese. The rationale behind this is to provide a player experience that rewards attendees of events where Riftbound is present with something special to commemorate the occasion without disrupting the Riftbound meta with powerful cards that can only be accessed through the purchase of an event ticket. This is the Gen Con thing. We have where they did they had two different formats, the 1v1, free for all, free tickets to participate in the demos. I heard the demos are really cool. Giving a promo card, limited tickets are still there. There's demo space, blah, 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 blah. See Dave and Chengren finally settling the Volbear versus Yasuo score on Sunday. Special kind of chaos there, team mode. In addition to the gameplay features of your favorite creators and game devs. Cool. You can imagine the Riftbound team is busy launching the game, so we won't have time to. They won't be able to at every event, obviously. Freak opportunities to play Riftbound ahead of launch, purchase product, play after launch. We'll announce special events, locations, finalize plans. So keep an eye on the socials. For an event near you, have no fear. Promotional cards will also be available at these events. That's cool. TLDR. Guess I could have just skipped all the way down to here. Riftbound will be a lot of events this year, even outside the U.S. and I think that's Canada? Or I don't know what CN means. There's a cool promo card you can get, lots of experiences. Riftbound social media will share events, so that's cool. That's like the one big thing is that people wanted to know if like Riot will be, pushing events for this game with UVS games behind the OP schedule. People were just wondering, hey, if it's going to happen. So, looks like so. That's pretty cool. I know a lot of people who went to Gen Con had a good time. So, let's see here. Next up, let's see here. Go back to the news page. And we got organized play. Game designer Frank Scarin explains organized play from the store levels through worlds. Cool. This is a big one. This is where people really want to know, what's going to happen. Hey all, my name is Frank Scarin. Some of you know as Veris, card designer Riftbound, specializing in competitive game balance, final design. I'm also one of the members of the team taking an active role in getting our organized play system set up today. I'm excited to share some details about those efforts to give you a deep dive on all things Riftbound gameplay. I think we kind of talked about this. I don't. Last time I had a video, there wasn't any tournament rules up. The complete rules are required to play. Organized play Riftbound comes in two parts: the core rules, which define the game systems and how to play precisely, and then tournament rules, which define the workings of events, how to play formal competitive Riftbound, including policies and penalties. Within the tournament rules, you'll find everything you need to know if you're looking to engage in Riftbound organized play at any level. These rules are set up to provide a fair, consistent, and predictable experience for all attendees at Riftbound's events. They include a code of conduct that's great, aligned with Riot's overall expectations around player behavior, and are written to promote a kind and welcoming environment for everybody. It's a living, breathing document, which is great because it's not just something that's set in stone. They can be adjusted. Looks like they're going to have a judge program. The rules themselves are only part of the equation. The practical way these rules will be brought to life is through Riftbound's forthcoming dedicated astute judges. Judges are, so what is a judge, obviously? In Riftbound, judges are tournament officials who will be experts on both the core and tournament rules, making sure all players receive a fair and enjoyable experience. Hell yeah. They have a crucial role in enforcing the rules, making sure penalties are applied appropriately and fairly. They also act as advocates for learning and understanding of the rules. Judges aren't merely tasked with facilitating tournament play, they will also serve to promote their local communities. This includes helping new players to get a better understanding of the rules while also promoting a more casual play outside of tournament setting. Looks like they'll have the judge program working after Origins is released in October. Looks like we're gonna have multiple levels of competition and events. So we got local store events. These events you can expect to find at your local store. They'll be on the regular cadence following Origins release event. Any events at this level may include additional pricing as your store sees fit. So the release events, pre-com battles, participation awards, casual, which is really cool. The release event for Origins will be the very first organized play for Riftbound, where participants will be able to purchase pre-constructed champion decks featuring Jinx, Lee Sin, and Victor. Along with ways to upgrade those decks, and you'll be able to use them to battle other players to learn how to play Riftbound. This is a great event for all players, so all skill levels looking to experience. That's cool. I'm really excited for this. Like Universes is my main game, but I kind of want to play this kind of casually, so I'll probably play in the pickup, in the pre-con battles and then the pre-release events. I don't know if I'm going to play like hyper competitively, but I definitely like jam games with people and then probably just play like a pre-con upgraded and then just support the store in that way. Pre-release events will always be 1 week before set release. It will be sealed product from the new set, casual. Sets following Origins will have all pre-release events, which will occur before a set is officially released and will give you the opportunity to get your hands on new cards before they hit the shelves. These are sealed deck events where you show up, open product, and build a deck. Nexus Nights. This must be like your normal casuals, your normal locals. Weekly on the day of the store works best your store preference. 3 card packs including promos. So this is the same thing that Universe is starting to do now. They have 3 card event packs that will have like alternate arts in them, and then some have like special like higher level alternate arts, which is great. It's a casual event. Nexus Nights are your bread and butter weekly events. They'll provide you with a regular opportunity to get together with your friends, play Riftbound in a relaxed environment that best way suits your store and local community. You can sling some 1v1 or throw down on a gauntlet on a 2v2 or a free-for-all. That'd be cool. Like if you have like, I know like a free-for-all brawl is usually about 4, but like if you could play like 8 people, that'd be sick. You can play 4-on-4, which would be really cool. For stores with a competitive theme, this would be a great opportunity to try out your new deck as you prepare for the next step, Summoner Skirmish. Twice per set, 1 month after a set's release, and 1 month before the next set release. So I really wish this was what Universes would adopt. They have what they call scrambles, which is like a lower level event that doesn't really like it's not supposed to be hyper competitive, but it ends up being because they have special promos. It's actually about the same stuff. They don't have round 1 buys though for regional qualifiers, so this seems like it's a little more competitive. But like they have a local championship in the second part of the season. I'd rather just be it like this, where you get a participation promo, top 8 promo, champion playmat, round 1 buy at regional qualifiers. Summoner Skirmishes are the culmination of competitive play at the local level. They offer opportunity for you to put your practice to the test and show off your deck building skills. If you're looking to try your hand at the competitive side, this is probably the place. So this would be like your local championships. Leading into, looks like premier events would be regional qualifiers. Looks like your first type of regional qualifiers will be December 25th. It's 1v1 construction. Qualifications not required. That's interesting. But you can get a round 1 bye. Cash prizing, participation promo, top 8 promo, best of prizes. That's interesting. Because I wonder if that means like the best of this character did this and they get a special prize. Regional championship qualification. Okay, so this is where you need to get... Okay, so this is like your like local championship regional qualifier maybe, and then the actual regionals you have to actually qualify for. Regional qualifiers are open tournaments where anybody with a deck and a dream can come compete for glory and prizes, plus a chance to qualify for the regional championship. These events will feature cash prizing and special events awarded to the top performer with each specific champion legend. So if you're the best of Jinx or the best of Ari, you get the best of prizes. Regional championships. When? First event, October 26th. Oh, wow. Wow. That is... Wow, we got a whole year before the regional championships? Oh, that's crazy. 1v1 constructed, qualification required, cash prizing, participation promo, same types, world qualifications. It's professional. So if you're a professional, that's cool. Regional championships are the first organized play events that require a qualification to play in the main event. These events are for the best of the best Riftbound players in a region and will come with some of the fiercest competition. The venues will also be jam-packed with side events for all attendees to enjoy. So if you don't qualify for the regional championship, there'll be really cool side events that you can play in. So that's great. I just want to... That's crazy that it's a year. So your regional qualifiers start in December of 2025, and then they run all the way through. So I wonder if it's like a year thing, and then like this is like your, yeah, that's crazy. That's like your national events, and then Worlds when first event of 2027, 1v1 constructed. It is qualification is required. Cash prize and additional pricing professionals. That's wild, and we're gonna have a rotation and the standard format. Wow, they've already thinking about. They're already thinking about rotation? That's wild. What are standard and rotation? How do they work? And Riftbound, standard is a constructed format which refers to the available cards you can build your deck with. Consisting of the most recently released card sets, Riftbound's standard format will begin with the release of Origins and will consist of Origins in the next 2 years of released sets. After the release of Origins, Riftbound will release 4 standard legal card sets per calendar year. That's a lot. And so that ends up being Origins plus 8 more sets. Rotation is a tool to ensure that the format stays fresh, healthy, and accessible to new players entering the environment. After the 9 initial standard sets have been established, when a new set comes out at the start of the new calendar year, the oldest 4 legal sets in standard will come out. For the very first rotation, the first 4 sets of 2026, and Origins will rotate out a total of 5 sets. Wow, that's random. Oh, that's not random. That's wild. So that means your 2027 sets will consist of the last 4. So you'll have like 5 sets. It's wild. Let's walk through it. First couple of rotations. Origins releases. 2 sets through 2/9. Start of 2028. Set 10 release. First rotation occurs. Sets 1 through 5. Sets 11 through 13. Start of cycle. Set 14. This cycle will continue with standard and growing and shrinking in size from 4 to 8 sets as new sets are released. Old sets rotate out. We know the topic of rotation can be sensitive for players, and some people will attach to certain styles of play to play their favorite champion. We want to make sure they have opportunity to play those cards even though rotated. Okay, so they're gonna have like a retro or like a legacy format. That's cool. What would you do if you felt the metagame was in an unhealthy place prior to rotation? Would you consider banning cards? While the Riftbound team is composed of some of the best designers and competitive card game players, we know that there are orders of magnitude, more players ready to push cards to absolute limits. While we always strive to create a healthy and balanced competitive environment, we understand the possibility that our metagame can end up in a place we didn't envision or desire. To all say this, we would never use bannings as the tool to shake up the meta for its own sake, but rather to correct extreme circumstances that we felt were detriment to the overall health of the game. It's organized play level. What's the difference between constructed and limited? In a Riftbound tournament, how many matches or games are in a match? And can I change my deck between? Okay, this is a good one. So in a Riftbound tournament, how many games are in a match? Can I change my deck between games and or matches? At high organized play, best of 2 or 3, you will need to have the same main deck for configuration for this first game for each match, including chosen champion. However, you will be able to change the configuration. An 8-card sideboard? Ugh, gross. Well, I guess it's like a 40-card deck, so it's not that big of a deal. It's still like a fifth of your deck, so your sideboard is a tool to give you more options during deck construction when preparing for a tournament. It's a place to include cards you may not always want, but might always need against certain decks or strategies. Sideboards help reward you for becoming prepared and predicting what a tournament's metagame might look like. You aren't required to include a sideboard, but if you do, it must be exactly 8 cards, and you must follow the normal deck building constraints of your main deck. You could swap your chosen champion to another champion that matches your legend during sideboard, but your runes, legend, battlefields can't be altered. For limited formats, your sideboard will always be the cards you didn't register in your main deck, and at all organized play, you are allowed to alter the configuration in between rounds. That's cool. Our sample cards, the ones which are legal. Cards marked with sample across the front are not legal. Not legal, man. Cool. They're going to have a lot of plans for 2025, 2026. Yeah. So, collectability. So we're going to talk about alternate arts. Alternate art cards, rarity, alternate arts, and overnumbered cards. All right. That's cool art. We on the Riftbound team love opening booster packs, even though we've done it a dozen times, hundreds, maybe 1,000 times. That feeling of cracking open a crisp pack never gets old. My buddy Trent, me and him always go pack fresh. We know what we got. We love cracking packs. It's something about that dopamine hit. It's great. But breaking open packs is just the type of the iceberg. You already know what lies beneath the surface, the art of collecting. Of building a library of cards, you can mix and match to create any and every deck imaginable. To honor this fabled pastime, cracking packs and assembling card libraries, we're going over the collector experience. We're going to walk through a booster pack, what do different card rarities mean, how do these work. We'll hint at some special surprises that we're waiting for you in Riftbound's first set, Origins. Let's dig in. Card rarity summary. We got 4 functional rarities. What's functional rarity? Well, it is the level of rarity that a normal card have, aka the rarity of everything that's not an alter treatment. Okay, cool. So we got commons with a simple bronze frame, a round rarity gem, uncommon cards, silver frame triangle, rare cards, gold full art frame, complete with foil pattern, and square rarity gem. Epic cards, minimalist gold frame to show off the art, foil treatment, and a pentagon rarity. And then we got overnumbered and alternate art, which is like an octagon. I think that's an octagon. What's in a pack? We get 7 commons, 3 uncommons, 2 or better rare cards. That's cool. I think I think most games should be doing this as card games come out, and like I think universes would really function from this if they did like a 2 rare pack or better. They could technically not like shrink their size, but they could shrink their pack size and actually fit more packs in a box, and I think that might be more beneficial. 1 foil card slot, so that could be anything, I guess, common or rare or higher. So you could in theory get 3 rares in a pack, which is pretty sick, kind of like Magic, I guess, right? And a rune token slot, so that'd be that guy. That's like your energy, your mana. You get your runes to pay for things, and then an additional informational insert. Let's talk about what makes different rarities different. So a common card might be common, but it doesn't mean it's weak. Our goal with our common cards is that they are simple, clear, and useful to fill roles. And okay, so these are like your role players. That's very neat. Uncommon cards tend to be a bit more complex, narrower in their use, more synergistic. All of our battlefields in Origins exist in uncommon. Well, players have easy access to them, but you don't need multiples for your collection. Rare cards. Rare cards are designed to be exciting and powerful. You'll feel it when it hits the table. All of our champion legends are rares. We didn't want them to be rarer than that because we want players to have access to all the decks they want to play. Each champion legend in Origins also has a rare version for that champion unit for the same reason. Champion units don't have to have a corresponding legend in the set. We call side champs. That's my side champ, baby. Also appear at rare. Other rares tend to be that rarity because of relative complexity. Epic cards. Epics are our highest functional rarity and will appear 1 out of every 4 booster packs. So it's like they're ultra rares in a way. Champion units and signature spells make up the majority of epics, alongside some other spicy cards. When an epic appear in a booster pack, they replace a card in the rare slot. So it means to possible have 2 epics in the same booster. That's super cool. I like that. That's very awesome. Foil cards will be a dedicated foil slot in every booster pack. Most of the time it'll be a foil common or uncommon, but the slot can be also upgraded to a rare epic, allowing for some exciting pulls. So that's like a triple epic pull. That'd be sick. Every rare and epic will always be foil, so expect a good amount of shine in every pack. We are happy to how our foils turned out. They're crisp, legible across the table, and customized to enhance the art of each. That's cool. We like that. Alternate art cards. We got for our 12 core champions and their associated champion units. They also have an alternate art version. These alternate art versions show the champion off in a different league skin. That's cool. I like that. A different league skin. That's super sick. With a more intricate foil pattern and a special hexagonal gem foil. These are definitely rare, but not possibly so. These alt art cards were. Oh, so it's 2 per box. That's not bad. That's not terrible. Alt cards are dispersed in such a way to be randomized and rare, but frequent enough to provide personalized play options for you and your fellow gamers. In fact, all rarities are dispersed in such a way that it'd be impossible to predict on what you're exactly getting. So when you crack a box with your friends or play a release event, you'll see these on an infrequent but regular basis. Overnumbered cards. These are for the same 12 core champions and origins. We also have what we call overnumbered versions of the champion legend. These are special versions of these core cards that have been created with some of Riot's own artists, showing off their favorite champions in their own style. The foiling and UV treatments, the texturing on these cards are nothing short of stunning. We can't wait to get their players' hands on them. Overnumbered cards over roughly appear. Oh, so these are like secret rares. 1 in 3 boxes, and we're excited to see players' reactions to them. And then the rarest of the rare, roughly 1 in 10 overnumbers will be a signature overnumber, emblazoned with the foil signature from the artist. They're sure to be thrilling. That's cool. Why call them overnumbers? We call these overnumbers because their collector numbers above the set origin says 298 cards in it. So Pro Herder, for example, is cards 61. Our overnumbers appear as 299 and above, indicates they're not part of the set, determining for legality. This concept's a bit deep cut for highly enfranchised TCG fans, so let's break it down. So basically, if we print a card in set 1 and we print it as an overnumber in set 9, it doesn't count as a set 9 card in terms of whether it can be played in tournaments. It's still considered just a set 1 card. But if we had, okay, so if it had not overnumbered, it would have been set 9 cards. Okay, so we will do as many reprints of this rarity so that you don't reset the card. Oh, that's cool. So if you have a favorite card, watch out, it could be printed as an overnumber in a future set. We also believe overnumbers should remain special into the future, so that means we will never reprint an overnumber that we printed before with the same art and frame. Oh, that's neat. Rune cards. Oh, that rune slot, you'll occasionally see foil versions of the runes and very rarely a special base alt basic. Oh, that's cool. So like the runes will have an alt art foil version. Oh, those are gonna go so much. Those would be a lot. As Riftbound draws closer, we're eager to hear your feedback, our plans for both players and collectors. What are you hoping to see peeking out from your first booster? Something really sick. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because I'm just going to play with the trial deck for a while. Trial decks. As a final note, many of you had a chance to try out our new trial deck at events like MSI in Vancouver and Gen Con. The newest trial decks are part of the development process, but they do not represent our final card stock, varnishing, inking, overall quality. Hope you still enjoyed them, though. That's all for today. Cool. And we got oh god, we got 3 more. So I think I'm going to cut this video short right here. We're going to go over the next 3 next videos. We're going to do another video and on this one. So yeah. So thanks for traveling along this Riftbound journey. We're going to talk about these last 3 articles in a next video. But if you like this content, let me know. I'm not really sure if I'm going to continue doing Riftbound stuff. I think I don't know. I think the game's fun, and I'd like to do more content with it. So, let me know in the comments below if you enjoy this style of content, and if you're excited for Riftbound. I am. I just haven't had a chance to really play it outside TTS. So, until the next video, take care.